happy that she did on the 39th the weekend because the scar that was there was absolutely paper thin and the baby was visible through the scar before the operation was done. So it was very, very critical that it had to be done when it was done. So that's how she helped us overcome that complication.
We were very lucky this time that we met Dr. Parul Chopra Buttan because things started going right when we met her. She was constantly, I was very paranoid about lactation. I wanted to get it right this time. She was my second baby. It was not a very good experience on the first baby. It was difficult latching her to me. It was difficult getting her off the top feed at the hospital had already started. It was a very difficult first month for me and it was like a nightmare. It should not be after the baby. So Dr. Parul Chopra Buttan, she gave me psychological and mental training about lactation knowledge in the second and the third trimester, and she suggested we go to Miracle's Cradle at Sector 14, which has experienced lactation nurses and lactation consultants. And the best part about all of it was that they allowed me to take the baby right on the operation table. So I hold the baby and we will start with the lactation right then. So it was not a very immediate thing, but at least the baby tried latching, and at least the baby got the kind of the gist of what she was supposed to be doing. The nurses were also, although they were very young, all the very young staff, they were very patient, and each one of them stood by me for every long session, and they were trying to guide me, and it was like they were like sisters helping me and mothers helping me.
The delivery had just happened and the sewing was still going on. I wouldn't say the delivery was complete. Within the first or the second minute, I would say 12:01 was the delivery, 12:03 she was latched onto the mother. That soon was the latching.
So we do not know, this is called as a family-centered cesarean. We do not know the jargon behind it, but it helped me get closer to the baby faster than it should have been. Dr. Parul Chopra Buttan did not suggest any undue sedation, any undue medicines. जितना चाहिए उतना ही दिया ताकि I am up and about and we are ready to face the challenges which are really there. Unnecessary medicines, unnecessary drips, unnecessary may add to the bills, but I think it's not required in a thing like delivery. And I also want to mention that food at Cradle is like home food. So everyone, all my attendants, all my mother-in-law, whoever came, were not feeling left out and they were feeling at home.
The hospitality was also very good. Especially the room that was allotted to us, it was a suite and the room were at two separate sections.
And then you have
where the guests could sit separately and interact with the family who was at the new room, be in a normal hospital where they have 2 to 3 hours of visiting hours. Here the visiting hours were long. The relatives would come and meet the patient, but since the room was such that we could easily entertain our guests and without undue stress to the mother or the baby, they could come and visit us and give their good wishes. So it was a very good and pleasurable experience.
But I would recommend it to all my friends who are having the babies. So it was a very good experience, and I think you should open more branches so that you can reach out to more people.
It was quite a pleasure actually delivering Mrs. Bhavana Kaul and family. I mean, it's actually a delivery of the family rather than just the woman. She had a cesarean the first time around, and that cesarean happened pre-labor. So that was an emergency cesarean with wherein she came bleeding to the hospital. And sections that happen pre-labor, they have their own problems associated. I was very happy that we could deliver her at 39 weeks, which was absolutely as close, which was completely full term and as close to the due date as we could go. We were suspecting a thin scar, and she happened to have an absolutely paper thin scar. However, the delivery went very smooth, and we ensured the psychological preparation for parenthood, for upcoming parenthood. Pregnancy, I believe, is like a journey which doesn't end in delivery, which ends in a much bigger journey of parenthood that begins from there on. That she was really very keen to breastfeed, and that is something I, as a mother and as an obstetrician, am extremely a very strong proponent of. The only thing was she couldn't breastfeed that time, which was something she felt very strongly about. Lots of factors actually play a part in the mother not being able to breastfeed, even though it is something very natural. But yes, in today's day and today's world, we do sometimes need extra preparation for it. So that was something that we worked on throughout. We were able to ensure the latching on of the baby to the mother within 2 minutes of delivery. So while I was completing the surgery, the baby was already on the mother's breast. So it was a very encouraging and a good time. When I actually got the baby out, the baby had already had her first feed, which was very happy for the family as well. She delivered at Miracles Cradle, which I feel is a facility which is very well suited for birthing. Besides excellent clinical and medical facility, I think the other aspects of delivery are also very well taken care of.